Hello, it's Chris, Suffolk Record Collector, back again with some more records added to the collection. All 70s records this time, early to early 70s. All different sorts. There's some rock, some prog, something rather special as well. So let's crack straight in. First up, I've been getting into this guy more recently, and that's Gregg Allman. That's the album Laid Back, 73 I believe. I believe this is his first solo album. I say it was 73. Yeah, released in 73. Released on Capricorn. It's a nice condition record, although the cover is VG at best. There's an awful lot of wear on the cover. So this is her first Dutch pressing. This wasn't a lot of money at all, a few pounds, but it is a really, really good album. Really good album. Track-wise on here, All My Friends, Please Call Home, Midnight Rider, Queen of Hearts, Will the Circle Be Unbroken, Don't Mess Up a Good Thing, and Multicoloured Lady in these days. It's a great album, and it is, like the title suggests, laid back, southern rock, Americana, but more laid back. Very, very good album. I don't think that's hard to find or anything, but pick it up because it is surprisingly good. So there's Gregg Allman. Such a good album. This is such a good album. I think this is from 72. Yeah. And it's Iain Matthews, Tigers Will Survive. So, if I show you as that's supposed to be shown. 1972. Released on Vertigo. Lovely condition. Beautiful condition. Not a rare record or hard to find. This does turn up quite a bit, and it's not that expensive either. So, but it is such a good record. So, who was Iain Matthews? All right. Well, Iain Matthews was an original member of Fairport Convention. He departed from them in '69 and formed a band called Matthews Southern Comfort, where they had a phenomenal hit with a cover of Joni Mitchell's song Woodstock. So that was in 1970. Soon after that, he went solo and got a record deal with Vertigo, produced 2 records on Vertigo. This is the second from 72. The first one from 71 I've not heard, so I can't comment on that because I never heard it. But I can comment on this one. This one is fantastic. Fantastic album. So it's folky with an American country feel to it. Strange really, because exceptionally good record. So the tracks on here. Side 1, Never Again, Close the Door Lightly When You Go, Un-American Activity Dream, Morning Song, The Only Dancer. Side 2, that's an amazing track, Tigers Will Survive, Midnight on the Water, amazing, Right Before My Eyes, Do Run Run, which is a vocal harmony version. I mean, it's just fantastic. Hope you know, and please be my friend. Fantastic album, highly recommended, highly recommended. And Matthews, Tigers Will Survive. Right, next. I've been aware of this album since about early 2000s. I've never seen it for sale anywhere. I actually don't think I've ever seen this on Discogs, on YouTube here. Anyone show it on here? It is a scarce thing, I believe. It's a folk rock. I say folk rock, more of the rock side of it, really. From '73, and I was just the other day. Literally, I haven't had this long, a few days. I went down to my local record shop, which I hadn't been to for a month or so. And I'm going through the new arrivals, and there this sat. I honestly couldn't believe it, because this was released in '73. I think that's had one reissue on vinyl, about 2020, 2018, something like that, I believe, and that's been issued on CD, but vinyl wise, not been reissued. So it was issued in a few countries originally in '73. So you know, copies are about, but I mean, I never see it. Nah, and it is such a good album. And that is Keep It Clean by Joe Soap. I'm pretty sure this is the only thing they ever produced. Laminated cover, released on Polydor. This is, I would say this is unplayed. Virtually unplayed copy. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. For such a scarce record. Anyway, near mint copy. So if you look on Discogs, they list this as a rock, folk rock, country world album, that type of thing. So it's not really saying anything. This is heavily rooted in rock, hard rock, well, bluesy. The riffs on here are amazing. There's violin in here, so you do get, especially on side 2, you can see where the folk rock genre label is coming from. But really, they're anywhere within there, but they're in the rock genre. I would say, if you like rock music, you're going to absolutely love it. This is just so good, so good. Tracks on here. Well, let's go who were Joe Soap. Well, they're a band from the UK. They released this in '73. If you go on the internet, you can't find out much about them at all. But they were John Tennant, guitar vocals, Dave Morrison, bottleneck and vocals, Jimmy McCulloch, guitar, Jerry Conway on drums, Jeff Pierce bass, and Mike Kaminsky on violin. Tracks on here. Side 1, Talking About You, Warning Sign, Lay It On Me, Whatever the Song Is Now, Get Out From Under. Side 2, Feel Strange, On the Wing, Time, All Out Now, and Birdman. Fantastic album. If you've never heard this, you should be able to stream it because it's on CD. Give it a look. Yeah, highly recommended. Like I said, I've been aware of this album since early 2000s and never seen it up until very recently. It's rock, bluesy, with folky elements, with riffs all over the place. It's a fantastic fantastic listen from beginning to end. There's not a duff track on here. Highly recommended. Just wish I'd have bought it back in the day for its special purchase price of 99p. Unfortunately, not anymore. Anyway, so that is a fantastic record that I think is fairly hard to come by. That's Joe Soap. So, next, an out-and-out rock record, hard rock record from '71, American band. I'll just get straight into it because this is such a good album. Again, phenomenal record, and that is Mountain and the album Nantucket Sleighride. This is a UK first pressing. Laminated front sleeve. Released, like I say, UK first pressing on Island, Pink Rim Island. Lovely condition. Yeah, really pleased, really pleased to own this. This is hard rock of the highest caliber. It's not your southern rock or anything like that, American. It's hard rock. Oh, and it's just wonderful. They were it's not telling me actually. Anyway, side one. Side one, Don't Look Around, to enter, and the track Nantucket Sleighride, which is awesome. Can't Get Away and Tired Angels. Side two, The Animal Trainer and the Toad, My Lady, Travelling in the Dark, The Great Train Robbery. This is an absolutely brilliant album. Love it to death. Nantucket Sleighride by Mountain, highly recommended. I've only spun it 3 or 4 times since I had it. Just, you know what you're getting straight from the off. The opening track on here, Don't Look Around, which is amazing. And then going into Nantucket Sleighride. Great album. One that might have just passed you by. Mountain, Nantucket Sleighride. Never ignore the bins under the counters in shops and things. Yeah? Because they can hide golden nuggets, which is like I found this, which is an upgrade copy for me. Cost me, I think I paid £18 for this, and it was filthy. It was in a box underneath, like thingies, just like extra overflowing stock. No price on it or anything. I think I paid 18 quid for this. Anyway, that's an original first pressing of the Yes album. Released on Atlantic, 1971. It was filthy, but after I got home and I cleaned it, it's a very strong VG Plus copy. Plays with no problems whatsoever. It's a tiny little bit crackling between tracks, but nothing really you can moan about. First pressing, which upgrades my reissue of this that I had, and it's a great album, isn't it? I mean, it's been talked about a lot. I think this was the first album with Steve Howe. Tony Kaye was still on here. So the personnel was John Anderson, Chris Squire, Steve Howe, Tony Kaye and Bill Bruford. Track wise on here, side one, Yours Is No Disgrace, The Clap, Starship Trooper. Side two, I've Seen All Good People. Into two movements, A, Your Move, and B, All Good People. track 2 Adventure, and 3 Perpetual Change. Love this album, I really do. They really sort of got getting their sound really together. This is their 3rd album. I just love this. Again, if you've never heard it, check it out. But I'm sure if you're watching the channel, you've heard this. I'm sure you have. Anyway, that's Yes, the Yes album from '71. So, another prog album, one I'm really pleased to pick up. You don't see it about very often at all. Again, I've known about this for a long time, just don't see it. And I found a copy, nice condition copy. So yeah, so what have we got? We've got the album Fields. Again, I'm pretty sure this is the only thing that they done. That's one of these. Comes up like that. So Fields, who were Fields? Well, there were Graham Field, who was a founder member of Rare Bird, Andrew McCulloch, who was on King Crimson's 3rd album, Lizard, and Alan Barry, who had worked with ex-King Crimson people like Gordon Haskell. It's a very good album. Yeah, a very good album. Side 1, A Friend of Mine, While the Sun Still Shines, not so good. 3 Minstrels, which is brilliant track. Slow Susan, Over and Over Again, Feeling Free, Fair Haired Lady, A Place to Lay My Head, and The Eagle. Yeah, I really like this. Great prog album from, I want to say 70, I think it's 71. I mean, not 70. 71. Released on CBS. Strong VG Plus copy. Cover is a bit worn. I'll show you. There's a little rip at the top there. And yeah, the spine's a bit worn at the top. And at the bottom, yeah, it's just starting to see its age, but it's all in one, just a little bit of spine wear really. But I'm not too worried about that. This wasn't really expensive or anything like that. So, and it's a really good album. I've only spun it a couple of times and I really like what I hear. Like I say, I've known of this album but hadn't really heard it, so really pleased to pick that up. Fields. And finally, upgrade copy for me of a record that has been with me since I was about 13 years old, and I still love listening to this record to this day. I'm upgrading because the one copy I have is knackered, and I've been wanting to upgrade it for a while but not seen the copy I want. Anyway, we've got a David Bowie album, a masterpiece in my opinion, from 1974. That's the album Diamond Dogs. It's been talked about a lot on here, so I won't go too much into it. We all know how good this album is, or we should do. This is a UK first pressing, original UK first pressing. Lovely condition. This is what I've been holding out for, this sort of condition. Not a particularly hard record to find, and you can pick them up fairly, reasonably, or they can also be fairly expensive. So you have to shop around a bit with this album. But for me, with Bowie albums, I mean, side 1 starts off, really good, Future Legend, into Diamond Dogs, which is brilliant. Sweet Thing, brilliant. Candidate, Sweet, and then Sweet Thing Reprise, brilliant, brilliant, and Rebel Rebel, brilliant. But if you listen to this album from beginning to end, so side one's good enough, you want to hear side two. But side two really, in my opinion, ramps it up. Start off with Rock and Roll With Me. What an amazing song. We Are the Dead, amazing. 1984, Big Brother, and then Chant of the Ever Circling Skeletal Family. It is just phenomenal record. Maybe I think that way because this was the first Bowie album I think I ever heard when I was about 11, 12 years old. So maybe that's why. It's definitely the first Bowie album I ever owned. Yeah, it's just a fantastic record, and I'm so pleased to have picked up a nice first pressing that was not a lot of money at all, really. So I was really, really pleased with that. So that's 7 records from the 70s that have been added to the collection. I want to take this opportunity to thank everybody who watches my videos, everybody who comments and subscribes. Thank you so much. It means so much that people are watching my videos. Yeah, because it's just a journey of what records I'm putting into my collection. So it can be anything. I'm into all sorts of stuff. You know, I have 70s or 60s or a bit of jazz now and again even. I've not bought any jazz recently, but not really found any. So with that, thank you all, and catch you all again soon with another video. Thanks a lot.